Hey everybody, Brett Mix here for Macho Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe right now if you'd like to talk classic wrestling. We do these daily. We pump out videos every day. Plus, I can keep up to date with Raw, SmackDown, and today's pay-per-views. So if you like that, also hit like and subscribe. You help me get my foot off the floor here with this channel and help make it big. Everything here you see will be improved in time. Just right now, what you see is what you get. And right now we're doing WrestleMania 30. I've gone back and looked at from number 1 to 39, and right now we're locked in at number 30. Let's take a look at the Silver Dome, or Superdome, and let's get started. It took place Sunday night, April the 6th, 2014. It was the 30th annual WrestleMania. And this was big. They marketed it big, and it couldn't have begun in a bigger way than what they did. They had Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and The Rock. Not in that order, but they had all three of the most popular wrestlers in WWE history. No offense, Bruno Sammartino. And they had them all in the same ring at the same event to kick it off at the same time. Epic. They didn't have to say a word just by standing there alone. It was epic. I've heard some fans say, "Oh, it's an overrated segment." Yeah, but what do you mean by that? They didn't have to do anything. Just their pops, just their entrances, just them being in the ring at the same time. That's all that was needed. And they had a little fun, and they shake and drink some beers. Perfect. I mean, what did people expect a tag team match to just get started? I don't understand it. But anyway, it was a great segment, and it really put the night on a unique pedestal that it was, if it wasn't already, for being a 30th annual WrestleMania. The first match we had sort of a WrestleMania 10 vibes, or other event vibes, where you have to win a match to be in a match later. WrestleMania 10, it was Yoko and Luger with the winner meeting Brett, right? So this was sort of that way. It was Daniel Bryan meeting Triple H. The winner would go on to be in the main event with Randy Orton and Batista for the World Heavyweight title later that night. This match blew off the charts. This match really just set, again, a precedent for the night to come. This was just a remarkable match. It had such great psychology. Steffi on the outside was a good factor. She could get annoying at times, but that's what she was there for. This match didn't need her there, but it did benefit with her there. She did add certain color. You know, her faking the yes chants every time Daniel Bryan went down. She didn't take anything away from Triple H. She just added to it, so I did like her out there. It would be too much. It would be way too much if she was doing that to every Triple H match. But this one, with her hatred of Daniel Bryan in the story, and maybe even in real life, not that she'd hate him in real life, but maybe she didn't agree with the decision to put him in there. You can see a lot of... it's a great story when you see a lot of real tactics at play, or real feelings at play. You can always touch on something. Sometimes something's a work, it's a shoot too. It's a work shoot. And them not liking Daniel Bryan because the fans pretty much voted him in there is pretty much saying, you want to book our creative for us. So it really was taking down the authority, not only in the ring, but in the booking too. It's surreal. And to give the fans what they want when they so clearly want one way, they did it right here. And the match didn't have to be that great, but it was phenomenal. Bryan had the injured ribs or shoulder, and Triple H dissected the shoulder the entire match with his first bump of his arm on the announce table. Yeah, it was a methodical attack by Triple H. Daniel Bryan had his yes offense kicks, his yes movements, his suicide dives, his planchas, his moves off the top rope. Everything he did while wounded and against the game. And they told a great story here. Daniel ended up going over at 25:58, and had the shock on Stephanie's face. They wouldn't let him go that easy, as they did a beatdown on him after the match. But nonetheless, Daniel Bryan defeats Triple H, and Daniel Bryan's in the main event of WrestleMania, and that's ultimately what was the point here. And we get that just around the hour mark of the show. Next, we had New Age Outlaws and Kane against The Shield. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns all making their WrestleMania debut here. This was just pretty much old putting over the new. Decent enough match. It was really short, just 2:56, but it didn't lag long, or it didn't take long. It was just kind of there. I give it a star and a quarter. Rollins covered Billy Gunn for the win at 2:56. So the Shield just basically put the young guys over the new young guys over the older guys. That's what that was. Next, they had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the first one. This was actually a decent Battle Royal. Battle Royals aren't like Royal Rumbles where they're booked cleverly and they have the two men spots. Battle Royals are just filled up with brawling and trying to get somebody over the rope when they're not going to usually go out that way. So Battle Royals aren't normally looked at with a lot of flair, but this one actually it was kind of suspenseful in the end, and it would actually made the place go nuts. It ended with Sheamus, Del Rio, Big Show, and Cesaro as the last four. Cesaro ended up headlining with the Big Show. Big Show won a body slam. Cesaro slipped out and then hit an uppercut. Cesaro picked up Show on his shoulders, and the crowd went nuts for that. He slammed Big Show over the top to the floor to eliminate him. And what a way to win at 13:25. I give this match 2 stars and 3/4. Just great battle royal, and the ending really made the place pop. That's one of the best ways you can end a Rumble, is by eliminating the big giant last. And the way he did it, by lifting him up, just showed his power. You would think that he was going to get pushed far, but didn't really seem like it at the end of the day. Moving on, we got John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. This is also Bray Wyatt's WrestleMania debut, and big match against John Cena. Big match. John ended up getting out of the Sister Abigail for an attitude adjustment at 22:25. Long match. Could the winner have changed? Yeah, but it was still a good match. I gave it 3 stars, and I really would have loved Bray to win this, but John Cena has to look strong. Cena was still a full-time main eventer at the time, so you had to kind of split hairs here if you want to debate who should have won. It's really just, it could go on, but if you get over the fact that Cena won, it's a good match. I get it 3 stars, and maybe that's being too rare, but if Bray Wyatt would have went over, maybe I would have bumped it up to 3.5 stars, but I think 3 is good. It went a little long, but at least it told a good story. It was a good feud. Next up, we had The Undertaker and his streak on the line against Brock Lesnar. The Undertaker and Lesnar, this was a semi-par Taker match for WrestleMania, and the reason we say that is not because of the ending. It's because the Undertaker's body was wearing down, and and the bar had been set so high. Look at his WrestleMania matches before Shawn Michaels, and look at them after Shawn Michaels. After Shawn Michaels, you just expected a classic each time, because we had 25, then WrestleMania 26 with a retirement match of HBK. Then at WrestleMania 27, his no holds barred match with Triple H. And then at 28, his Hell in a Cell match with Triple H, the end of an era. Then you look at his match with CM Punk at 29. So for him not to have the best match in the ring, it's kind of a letdown because of all those previous Undertaker matches that came before it. But especially with a great worker like Brock. So the in-ring stuff wasn't there, but the crowd was a little quiet for it. I think they could have been a little bit louder. By the time the ending happened, everybody was in so much shock that they literally didn't know how to react. The crowd was quiet. They just stood up and just went like a loud gasp, and then people just grabbed their heads and just started saying, "Are you kidding me?" And then they started to get a mini boo. I actually am against the grain here. I know probably I'm in the minority, and that's okay. I liked that they ended the streak, and I like that they did it this way. I really do. It could have been better. The match could have been better, but I think making Brock look stronger than because who else would have broke the streak? I mean, what? If CM Punk stayed, maybe CM Punk, that would be alright if he stayed, but he didn't. Maybe Bray Wyatt at a future WrestleMania, that's arguable. I'll give you that one. But Lesnar, this was a great victory for him, and I think it just built him up that much more, and it put over the main events for the next few WrestleManias with Lesnar in this marketable role. He didn't need it, no, but he damn well benefited from it. And I give the match 2 stars 3/4, just for its significance and just the fact that it ended the streak, man. That counts. It counts. The graphic went 21-1, and at 25-12, Lesnar with another F5 put the Undertaker away, ending his winning streak at WrestleMania. So the Undertaker is now 21-1. The first time I've ever said he's lost at a WrestleMania, obviously, in these WrestleMania reviews, and we're at 30. He first appeared at WrestleMania 7. So that's really noteworthy. Nonetheless, we had the women's Vicky Guerrero Invitational match after this. Good place to put this on the card right after the Undertaker losing his streak and getting a standing ovation. AJ won the Vicky Guerrero Invitational by submission to Naomi at 6:48, and Naomi tapped out, and AJ Lee won. This match I gave 1.5 stars. It wasn't really anything you would not see like on TV. It didn't spell WrestleMania, but it's a women's match at WrestleMania before the women's titles were defended. Regularly anyway. So the Divas Revolution hadn't really gone off it yet. It was still 2014, so they didn't have tons of great workers there at the time, and it was a little bit all over the place. Next up, we got the main event. This match beat all expectations as well. It wasn't the perfect match, but it was a damn fine triple threat. And the whole story with Daniel Bryan earlier in the night, and just going into this, he won the world title with a yes lock at 23-20 after it seemed like Daniel Bryan was out of it. They kept booking it that way, like that Orton or Batista might win. But then when everybody just rejoiced when 70,000 people when Daniel Bryan made Batista tap out. I've give this match 4.5 stars. It's a classic. It's one of the best. Going back, it almost seems like it's not worthy of watching unless you watch the first half with it. It's a reason I rated this WrestleMania 7.5 out of 10. Its card isn't great, but like WrestleMania 10, it had a couple of matches that were just so either important or classic that you have to put it up there. And the fact that it's the 30th WrestleMania and they started out with Austin, Hogan, and The Rock. The fact that Bray and Cena did a good job. Lesnar broke the streak. The 2 Daniel Bryan matches. 7.5 out of 10 seems fair to me. But I'd like to know what you guys think. Maybe chime in the comment section. This is WrestleMania 30, and this is Brett Mix on Macho Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe if you like what you see, and that would mean a lot to me. Alright, we're going to go on to WrestleMania 31 next. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good one. I'm Brett Mix, and I'm out.